11 January 2024. Wish my second brother a happy birthday. Have to send it out into the atmosphere, I guess, because he won't respond to me. Likely won't. He does more and more, but there's no telling when he will. And I'm watching Hedge and Tarot, Hedge Witch tarot readings. Kind of new to me. And she's talking now about how right now she's all excited and she's saying that I'm breaking some karmic thing, breaking through, that I'm breaking a generational fucking blockage. And the thing is, just on the 4th of January, the stepdanny, she told me that she had some sort of image about my dad telling me it's okay. Yeah, he'd once said to me while we were in the dark looking at the night sky on the porch to the north of Gaylord, there in the pitch dark while we're smoking, all you see is the cigarette. He said, I know you're not lazy. I just don't know what it is you're doing. And I thought, wow, that was monumental to hear that man say that, because he knows I'm not lazy. We work the farm, you know. He knows I'm nowhere near being the lazy one on the wagon. Not being lazy that you're on the wagon, but being on the wagon, being the one that's just in the way and doesn't want to fucking work together. Better off I'm up there by myself with some of these people. They bring in other relatives. So whereas he always thought I was supposed to graduate high school and go to work in the factory where he worked and have kids, family, be there always, it didn't work that way for me. I had to get out of there. I was there whenever they needed me, if they asked, but I had to get out of there. And I'm breaking loose of this whole fucking thing. I'm the end of the line. Someone in a Leslie Lemke video I did, they commented and said, he said, this is cold-hearted, callously indifferent to his fellow man. And at the end of it, he said, I'm sure you're the end of your bloodline. And yes, I am. This is as good as it gets. Unless they can find another one out there like me, from me, out in the world, overseas somewhere. They still don't get it, because that kid might be doing all right. Better than me, even. So there, she's saying breaking through, and this is where we're at right now. And then she went on and she pulled a hawk card in some kind of oracle deck, and it says, she's already telling me the spirit is there for me. Yeah, he'd come through and just things have happened. And then she pulls this hawk card that says, and she's like, ooh, she got excited. It says, follow your spirit. So my spirit is telling me what to do already, and the card comes up, says, follow your spirit. And she said, follow your dreams, use your dreams, pay attention to the people that you're coming in contact with, and listen to your dreams. And I'm just like, okay, so I guess she wants to hear about the dream I had last week. At first, I didn't make the connection. I was in like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type setting, like at the house, and there are all these people that they were catching and bringing in, and you couldn't get away because everybody in the community was in on the fucking thing. And so I'm just laying low, being cool. and they had women and they were cutting their faces, and then they'd put masks on them to take them into town. And these women that they were bringing in, they ended up, they were knowing that they had to comply to get along. And even at one point, there was a guy fucking beating a guy, and it happened to be me in there somewhere. And I was being held, and I got a chainsaw, and I turned around, and I cut the guy right through. It didn't break his fucking spine, but it just, and he was like, oh, and I'm like, holy fuck, these people just don't stop. And then it was me again, and there was a point where there was a deuce and a half, a 2.5 ton truck like the military, and one guy is in the back, and I'd been laying low long enough figuring out how the hell am I going to get out of this situation without getting mutilated. And this one guy that's one of them, the higher ups, but still like a rat-like features, like a carny type dude. And he says over to some guy that I didn't see, he says, hey, he says, you were a paratrooper, weren't you? Why don't you come on with us? And I looked, and I'm standing, and I looked at the guy, and I said, I was a paratrooper. Immediately, I knew I shouldn't have spoken, because if there's anything you learn in basic, I was taught by my recruiter before going to basic, he said, never volunteer for anything. And so I said, I was a paratrooper, and this guy looked at me, and I'm not supposed to be being noticed. I just wanted to go do something and fucking do some recon and see where the hell we're at, how to get out of here. But he looked at me and he says, no. He's up in the truck looking down. He says, we don't want you for this one. And I realized something bad was going to happen to that fucking dude over there. And I looked up and I said, I went to shake his hand, and I pulled back. I did like a fist bump thing, and I pulled back. And I said, because I remembered, I said, I will never volunteer for anything again. And he looked, he said, yeah, good. And then they fucking got in the truck and took off, and there was shit going on, and then we ended up in another fucking, we were in Gaylord in some kind of hotel like the Timberlake or something, but downtown, and the truck was there, and I was up there, and I said, it's time to get the fuck out of here. But it seemed everywhere he went, these people had fucking connections, like everybody was in on it, and at least a third of them. And I went down to get the truck, and it turned out one of the girls that was part of this group that we were in there, she'd fucking given up waiting, and she took the truck already. I went out, and that big wheeled fucking truck wasn't out there anymore. Giant. I said, and all the while in this dream, I kept waking up and coming back to it, because it was very, very, very emotional, visceral, you know. This was a real fucking thing going on here, and I'm never, even in the Ukraine, I never found myself in a place where I might not be able to get out of here. And at that point, when the truck was gone, I said, well, she's screwed. I tried to protect her, and I said, here we go. I'm just going to walk into town and see if anybody's still okay with me. And I was going across the road toward Timothy's pub. And at that point, I just decided to wake up. I said, this is one, you know, dreams are for solving problems. That's one form of dream. It's problem solving. What you're going through the day, those are the ones that people say, oh, they come in from something. There are other kinds of dreams, I know. But some of them, like this, feel like was supposed to be a problem solving dream. But as it turned out, it was too much for just one night. And I just woke up. Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit. But then I got one of my MAGAlomaniac, the only MAGAlomaniac guy I fucking know. He's just decided not to talk to me anymore. But he was from the military. And I put some thought into it. I don't think it was about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, some kind of fucking movie version of life. I think this is life becoming more like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where people just let people get away with things as long as they're on their side. and don't stir shit up too much. But I feel like this was a dream about the future of this MAGA world. These people are fucking everywhere. Don't just give in to get along. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that really don't see much change in their life if things change. But do they really want to find out? I think it's more likely that things are going to get pretty bad if people don't jump off that fence in the right direction. Thank you, Hedge Witch Tarot. Follow your dreams. I think I was probably going to the cemetery after the bar to see my mom and dad.